Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, it's been a heck of a day so far. I'm cleaned up and showered up, and I've been waiting a long time since I started this tree odyssey, but we got her down. It wasn't pretty, and this is just kind of like an introduction. I don't know, I gotta see, hopefully y'all can see me there. But I got a few shout outs. And first of all, thank you all for watching these videos, because I get a kick out of it, I really do. It just makes me smile. It's like, I don't know, it just makes me happy to put out these videos, and that, you know, I don't have all that many subscribers, but, you know, you never know who's going to pop in and say hello, and really, to me, that's all it's about. I love it when my nephew drops in. Liam, thanks for watching. And I really wanted to thank all of the tree people that have helped me along and given me support for this project, which without your support, I don't think things would have gone as well as they have. You know, I realize I'm a newcomer to all of this, and I don't have, you know, I don't expect to do it like you guys that do it every day, you pros. But I enjoyed it. You know, I said after I got all that stuff with the lift done that I would never do it again. And you know, after things have gone along, I'm like, you know, really have enjoyed this. I think I would do it again. And since the larger tree is sick, and I don't think it's going to get any better. I don't think it can heal enough to really grow healthy. I think it's going to have to end up coming down to. But anyway. Tree fella, Chris Liggett, thank you, brother. Your communications mean a lot to me. You know, just having a good buddy, just having a good friend. You know, it's great. Travis 307. I know you don't get by here because I know you're a busy guy. I know you don't get by here all that often, but I appreciate your encouragement, and you know, we all work with wood, and I think that's what I love about it most. A lot of this is centered around people that love working with wood. Anyway, so I'm gonna roll the footage that I took this morning and enjoy my iced tea. There were rookie mistakes made, and surprisingly, the recovery was not so bad. I can tell you right now, I would probably, if I had to be a faller for a living, it would probably take me a while to earn a living to where I could put food on the table. My notching is horrendous. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the footage, because it's not like I just jumped into this. It's like I've been in this community and made friends, and watched a lot of footage by a lot of different people, and really tried to think this whole thing through, and to where it was a success. Everything that can be on the ground is on the ground. The stem that I took down looks promising as far as harvesting some slabs out of it, so I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway, without further ado, like it or not, here we go. Okay, so what I'm doing here is since I know my notching is horrendous, and my experience with logging saws is minimal. I've never really, and also I haven't taken a tree down this big with a logging saw. The Husky is running a 32-inch bar, full house chain, 3/8. The Mac over there is running a 28-inch bar with a skip tooth chain. And so anyway, what I'm doing here is I thought that I might put some training wheels on the tree with the axe and go all the way around and try and make something to follow with the saw. And I did okay. Like I said, I have to work on my notching, so plus I just like using axes. So anyway, I'm starting the circle around the tree, and then I'm going to do the notch, and yeah. So back to the footage.
A little high. I just got bit by a 5-pound mosquito. Did you all see that? Let me check the fan. Tilt. An upward tilt. Ah, that's better, I guess. Okay. Back at it.
Okay, so here, I feel like I've got it laid out pretty well. I feel like it's manageable. You know, it doesn't look too bad, you know. But here's where the inexperience comes in. And I just, you know, the execution wasn't there to my liking. And you'll see as we move along what happens, and then what the hole that I have to dig myself out of
at some point soon.
So anyway, rolling. All right, so let's see, we try to emphasize that line just a little bit more. And now here comes the Husky 372. So we start the top cut. I feel like I've got it laid out a third, a third, a third. Trying to line up and go with the lean and line up the fall. And here's where things just, the inexperience shows. I just don't have the
finesse to cut that bottom part of the wedge. Too many thoughts going through my head, and I know enough about construction and whatnot. There's things that I do, but the wedge came out. There's things I know enough about construction where I like things to be automatic, and that didn't seem very automatic to me. Now as I clean up this notch, I feel like I'm going back too far, and so I think we're more at the halfway point than the third of the tree. But I'm doing the best I can. And here's where the inexperience comes in. So I'm really trying to think this out. I'm really thinking about things. But, you know, I'm just not a faller. And you should always keep that in the back of your mind if you're a novice. Okay, so I'm going into the back of the tree. Not too bad. The tip of the saw is the low side of the tree, and where I'm standing is the high side of the tree. So, not so bad so far. I look pretty lined up. I'm pretty happy about that, but now here's what happens. I take too much of the high side of the tree. And now I put a wedge in, and now that tree sits on my bar. It happened that fast. So now I'm about to discover that my 372, I am not going to be able to use this 372. And putting this wedge in just compounds the problem. So, to my estimation, I should have carefully worked on the low side of the tree first. But, you know, that just comes with experience. And so, I think I was actually more worried about hitting the wedge with the back of the pole of the axe than I was what was going on right now with the gravity on the tree. Gravity's real. So now that wedge definitely just, yeah, now I'm finding out that the old bar is pinched, and there's no way it's coming out. There's no way. So now I try to go to the other side of the saw, and I put 2 wedges in there to maybe try and relieve the pressure off that, but I'm not cut up on the high side enough to relieve any pressure. So that's where this is at now. So now I've realized that this is a major party foul, and I am just trying to figure out where the stresses are on the tree and how I need to react to what's actually happening to the tree. Because that 372 is not coming out of there. There's no way. So the wedges that I have there, I am trying to, I don't know if the wedges are in yet. We'll see. But I'm not freaking out. I'm trying to get a handle on it. No pun intended. And roll with the flow. There's nothing you can do. You've got, I don't know how many hundreds of pounds sitting there. So every move you make, at least I was smart enough to realize that it wasn't the time to get crazy or to start making fast decisions. I actually slowed down and was just trying to figure it out. Okay, back to more commentary. My next thought was realizing that I was going to try and get some lift on that high side of the bar. So McCulloch 1010A to the rescue. My idea was to at least get enough of a plunge cut in there that I could possibly lift that saw side of the tree enough to pull the saw out. But there just wasn't enough of the tree cut up to do anything with wedges over there. So, but we're slowly figuring it out. As it turns out, those two wedges over there ended up being somewhat problematic because there was so much pressure on them that it was causing the tree to stay up, even though I was cut up. So that became another little problem that I had to figure out. But you know, you adapt and overcome. You stay safe. You don't walk in front of the direction of the tree that's fallen. I managed to accomplish that, so, you know. But you know, your mind kind of races when you're new at this and you're trying to figure it out. But I'm a pretty good troubleshooter, and I'm pretty good with applied physics in my job, so this wasn't too much of a stretch for me. It's just a different field. It's just a different, but it's, you know, a different set of work tasks that I'm not used to. And again, you guys that do this every day, my hat's off to you. You guys are amazing. This probably would have taken somebody what took me an hour. Well, it didn't take an hour because I did some other cutting footage, but you know, somebody else would have probably had this down in 10 minutes, you know, or less. But it's all part of the learning process. And again, no dice. That husky is not coming out of that tree. Time for another plan. Okay, so now I have realized that the tree's not cut up enough. So now my plan is pretty tricky, and I didn't think it was all that easy, but the plan was to take the Mac and come to the low side and do what I should have done to begin with, is cut some low side. So I have to miss the wedge, miss the bar that's already inside the tree, and get this low side cut up. Isn't that Mac deadly? 1010A to the rescue. So here we go. Not too shabby. Yeah, little kicky kick, but we're going. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm still not realizing that those double wedges over by the saw are causing me a problem. But just taking it slow, kind of feeling out the tree. I do know at that point in time, my thoughts were that plunge cut at the low side was good. I could feel the saw in there, and I could feel things getting cut up in there. And I didn't wreck the chain on the Husky. I cut the low side into the high side fell. Okay, after a conversation with the neighbor, which was probably a good break, notice I'm hitting the wrong wedges again, but I know that there's one spot that's the problem, and I was actually hitting on it. So now I'm kind of figuring out that there's probably one spot, because I'm actually cut up pretty well, but I'm not really helping it by banging on those two wedges over there. So anyway, on with the show. Okay, so here I'm figuring out I need a little more on the low side, right there. Now I'm figuring out about those wedges. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do here? What do I need to do? I try working on another wedge in there, but actually that wedge, another wedge there would be counterproductive, because those wedges right there are putting pressure on those wedges that I'm staring at right there. So now I get the idea that I need to relieve those pressure points, or that pressure point on those two wedges, and I need to get those wedges out of there. The tree's not going anywhere. It's got another wedge back there that you can't see. So here I come with the 1010, just trying to hog out enough to get those guys loose. I think we'll go back to regular time. This is going to be it. Oh yeah. There we go. And yes, in retrospect, I should probably have put those wedges in first and then picked out the plastic on the Husky chain, but I didn't feel like the tree was going to go anywhere. And also the Mac is not directly in front of the tree, it's to the side. Yeah, I don't think we need any more saw. I don't think we need any more saw. She's cut up, as ugly as it is. She's cut up. Look. Ah, where's the band? Well, we got our Craftsman red today, didn't we? Okay. Oh, she's got up. So she's down, and the wedge has brought it down. So I was proud of that. I'm not proud of the cut whatsoever. But really, you know, taking down a big tree, this is my first attempt with a logging saw, and to try to do it by the numbers as best as I know. I really do love this 372. It is an X-Torque, but I really can't imagine as a homeowner having much more power than this. Anyway, there's more footage, but I think I'm going to stop it here because we're at the 30-minute mark. And if you like it, hit like. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it.